What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Jake Shavink here, and Packers fans, we are back with a lot of off-season content coming your way soon, a lot of draft-related stuff, film stuff, so it should be a lot of fun. If you're new as a Packers fan, you should definitely hit the subscribe button. Today, we are kicking things off with the first 7-round 2023 mock draft, Packers edition of this 2023 cycle. Excited for this. Let me know if you guys like this format of kind of the slide with the player info and a lot of the scouting report stuff. If you want to do something with the simulator live, let me know in the description. That'll be a lot of fun. But Green Bay Packers, a lot could change. Obviously, they have a lot of needs. You know, when you look at safety, you look at tight end. They got to make decisions with Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, Bakhtiari potentially, Preston Smith. Obviously, Amos and Ford are both free agents at safety. So there's a lot that the Packers are going to have to do to maneuver around, you know, add to the team of free agency, and then make the decision about Rodgers or Love. But for now, 10 picks in the draft, 4 7th rounders. That'll be fun when we get to the end. But starting with pick 15 here, I think this is pretty straightforward. I know people are going to want tight end. I went with Alabama safety Brian Branch. I think this is a really nice pick for the Packers here. Obviously played a lot of nickel and star at Alabama, but I thought the recognition skills were very, very good. You can see the instincts in terms of reading the quarterback's eyes. He's got good ball production, you know, really, really, really good tackler. But ultimately with Brian Branch, there is projection involved in this, right? You're projecting to him to be able to play the roof, you know, in a quarter, in half, right? Dropping into the robber potentially, like working top down. That's something he's going to have to do, right? He's not going to exclusively play nickel. You're not going to draft him to do that, right? Darnell Savage might be in the long-term plans. He could do that. So going to be interesting to see what they project Branch as, but I think this is a first-round player, and I think that's somebody the Packers will definitely be interested in. Pick 45 for the Packers here. This is going to be Georgia tight end Darnell Washington, and this looks like the Mercedes Lewis clone. It definitely is. He's definitely a run game force multiplier that I think Matt LaFleur would really, really like. In terms of just ending dudes at the second and third level. You know, you get him out in space, he's going to make plays in terms of a blocker. You know, phenomenal athlete too for 6'7", 270, working up the seam, you know, pretty solid route breaks for a big dude, and he's going to solve a lot of red zone issues. Having a red zone target like this is different with the catch radius, reliable hands, ability to work through contact. That's all impressive with a player like Washington, and also, you know, he might have hurdled a guy or two in college, you know, go back to that Oregon game, right? So he's really, I think, the complete package. Like I said, he's Mercedes Lewis Air with a little bit more juice. And that is extremely exciting for a team that's been just kind of stale at tight end recently. And probably for a long time, really, since Jermichael Finley. So, pick 78 for the Packers here. This is going to be Maryland wide receiver RAKIM Jarrett. Like I said, I don't think the wide receiver room is completely full. Obviously, you know, you have 3 guys currently under contract that you would trust, and those 3 were rookies last season. I think it's time to add to the room. Jarrett's reportedly 6'1", 192. We'll see what he comes in at the combine. I think 6'1", 192 is just inside of where the Packers would kind of bend a little bit of their thresholds. But this is the player the Packers need, right? If you want Watson to be kind of either your X or Z, or you want, you know, just call them both perimeter receivers with Watson and Dobbs, that's fine. You know, Watson's your speed guy. Dobbs is your intermediate, you know, route running type, good hands. Like RAKIM Jarrett can be the slot, the player who is twitchy, who can get open as a route runner, has a lot of speed to break away from defenders, whether it be pre-catch or post-catch. So there's just a lot to work with there as a player. Really a lot of untapped potential. The production wasn't really necessarily off the charts at Maryland, but somebody who I think has some of his best football ahead of him. Pick 116, that is Wanya Morris, tackle from Oklahoma. I think this is a really nice fit at right tackle. There's some questions, right? Yosh Nijman, you know, Zach Tom, is he going to be kind of an inside player? We'll see. He's done well at tackle as well, but obviously the big question, Bakhtiari. So those 3 guys, I think there needs to be more added here. Again, strong right tackle. He uproots defenders in a run game. That's kind of something the Packers haven't had a lot of yet. He has quick feet and good hand technique. He can reset his hands as a pass protector. You know, did pretty well when you're talking about how he looked in Mobile at the Senior Bowl. You know, looked good in there, latching driving in the run game and being able to stay in front of rushers. I think this is another potential steal on day 3 for the Packers at 116. Pick 151. We're going to go to the defensive line here. KEONDRE COBURN from Texas. This is what the Packers need, and they could do this earlier. This wouldn't shock me at all, but he's the stout build along the defensive line. You'll be able to flank him with him at the nose. You'll be able to flank him with Clark and with Wyatt. He's got pretty good quicks and explosive first step to attack gaps if you want, but he can sit and handle doubles, and that's what the Packers really need to really just kind of make this run defense gel and really succeed under Joe Barry in year 3. He's definitely tough to block 1v1 as well with how much functional strength he has. I think he's a pretty exciting player, and this is the type of defensive line that I think a lot of people should be looking for the Packers. Not the 280, 290, just over 300 pound, 3 technique type. No, Packers need a nose tackle big time. And we're staying with the defensive line here at pick 171, Dylan Horton, edge from TCU. Preston Smith, we don't know about that long term. Even if he's going to stay for a while, I think building a stable of pass rushers, 4 of them, being 4 deep at the position would be really nice. Having Gary, Preston, Enigbare, and then Horton. Production came late in the season, did really well in the Big 12 title game against Kansas State, and then did really well against Michigan too. That's production on the big stage. We love to see that. I think he's got good vision and good hands to be able to just sit and leverage his gaps in the run game, even when he's on the move, to the perimeter. Good active hands to power and explosion as a rusher. He doesn't quit. The high motor is certainly there. I think this is a player at his size that also the Packers will covet, that type of body type and size at the position. That is definitely a Packer player. So Dylan Horton would be a fun addition. We move to the end of day 3, I should say, the 7th round here with 4 selections. So a lot to talk about here. At pick 234, we're going Lou Nichols III. Again, running back might be a higher priority than we think it is. We'll see with Aaron Jones. But the running back for Central Michigan has production there. Good size for the position, good acceleration burst. As a bigger back, I think him and A.J. Dillon would be fun, whether you like Goodson or Patrick Taylor. If Jones is gone, that running back room needs a facelift. There's no doubt about it. We know the Packers love to double up. Pick 237, Zach Kuntz, tight end, Old Dominion. This is more the athlete pass-catching type. Now that you have Washington, you have a guy who can complement him. That'll be nice. We know the Packers like to do this with the, doubling, tripling up, depending. Speaking of doubling up, pick 244, Daniel Scott, safety from Cal. Didn't get a lot of exposure on him until Senior Bowl week. Thought he looked pretty good in coverage. I think his instincts are good. I think he's really good going top down as a safety. I think you can move him around. He's also got a lot of special team snaps, so that's something that should excite Packers fans especially. Got to get special teams, just inch by inch, make it better. And I think the Packers could do that with Daniel Scott. Speaking of special teams, yes, we're going to take a kicker. Why not at the end of this draft? Mason Crosby, how much longer? We'll see. Chad Ryland looked really good at the Senior Bowl from 50-plus yards. I thought he's strong leg, accurate leg. That's an exciting kicker prospect for sure. So that kind of does it for this Packers 2023 mock draft version 1.0 on the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of the picks. Let me know what you would do at certain spots in the draft. I think that'd be fun. And like I said, let me know if you've made it this far. Let me know if you want to do like a live simulator mock at some point for the Packers. I think that'd be a lot of fun with you guys in chat. Good times. So let me know on that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys in the next video though. Farewell.